Welcome to Praveen Patil, College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Myself, Raj Gheware, working as a lecturer in Mechanical Department. So, today we will be looking at on the subject Theory of Machine for semester 4. We will be looking at on the chapter 2 Velocity and Acceleration in Mechanism. So, in this chapter, our aim is to determine the velocity and acceleration of the link in a mechanism, either graphically or analytically. So, here there are various methods for determining the velocity and acceleration of link in a mechanism, which are as follows. First one is relative velocity and relative acceleration method. The second is instantaneous center method, and the third method, which we called it as Killin's construction. So, first of all, we will try to understand what is linear velocity. A linear velocity, it may be defined as the rate of change of linear displacement of a body with respect to the time. Since velocity is always expressed in particular direction, therefore its vector quantity. Mathematically, linear velocity is represented by v is equal to ds by dt. Now here ds is nothing but the change in displacement. Now coming towards angular velocity. So it is also defined as the rate of change of angular displacement with respect to time. It is usually expressed by Greek letter omega. This is the Greek letter omega. Mathematically, angular velocity omega is represented by d theta by dt. Now, in this angular velocity, omega is the value which is represented by this letter. Coming towards absolute velocity. Absolute velocity, it is also defined as the velocity of any point on a kinematic link with respect to a fixed point. So if we see the relation between linear velocity and angular velocity and an angular acceleration, so we can see that v is equal to r omega, whereas v represent for linear velocity, omega for the angular velocity, and r is nothing but the radius of rotation of the link. So let's see about the analysis of mechanism. So here if we are going to find out the velocity analysis, so here we will see in terms of two method, that is analytical and graphical. So coming to the prospect of analytical method, so over here it is convenient by computer, analytical method, whereas graphical method is more directed and accurate to an acceptable degree. This graphical approach is done by two methods, that is relative velocity method and instantaneous method. Now let's see the concept of relative velocity at a point on a link. So let us consider the particle A moves with an absolute velocity VA with reference to a fixed or stationary object. The relative velocity of a particle B represent with A is VBA. It is represented by VBA. Now over here it is defined as the velocity of a particle B moving from the observer A and moving with VA. So if we represent over here, it will be like this. This is the part of which the velocity it is moving, VA. Now in this particle A and B moves with a velocity Va and Vb in the same direction, then the relative velocity will be in the same direction, or the relative velocity is obtained as a vector direction between them. That is, VBA will be equal to VB minus, see here, this part, VBA will be equals to V vector at B point, velocity at B minus velocity of A. So if particle A and B are moving in opposite direction, if particle A and B is moving in opposite direction, so here each other, then the relative velocity is obtained as VBA will be positive. That is, VBA will be equal to VA plus VB, that is velocity here, VA plus VB, velocity of A plus addition with the velocity of B. Now coming towards the concept of relative velocity of a point in a link. Now as we are able to see, there are some steps which we need to follow. They are, so what we are going to do is, we will first of all take a point O known as a pole point. So here this is the O point, I will represent this O point, this is the O point, just okay. So this is the point O. Through O, we have to draw OA parallel to VA. So where is VA? VA is present over here. We have VA is a velocity of A, so we have to draw a parallel line. That is, this is the parallel line. OA is a parallel line to what? To this VA. Now through O, draw OA parallel and equal to VA. Through O, we have to draw OA. So this is the point which we have drawn, OA. OA is the point which is parallel to this one, VA. So the third step will be, through A, draw a line perpendicular to AB. So this is the line this is the line AB, this is the line AB. So perpendicular will be in like this, perpendicular line will be like this. So from where we have to draw perpendicular line? We have to draw a perpendicular line through point A. So this is the point A which is drawn perpendicular, it like this, perpendicular to this same line we have drawn. So this is the line which we have drawn, and we have represented it as VBA, which is drawn through, which is representing velocity at B. So after this, what we have to do is, through point O, we will have to draw a line parallel to VB. Through point O, we have to draw a line parallel to VB. So where is VB? VB is present over here. VB is a line which we have to draw. So this is a line, parallel line to this, from O we have to draw. So this is the parallel line which is parallel to this point. So these two lines, this is the line, and this is the second line which is parallel to each other. Okay, now after this, what we have to do is, we have to measure OB. We have to measure OB. So where is OB? OB is present over here. This is the part of OB. We have to measure OB, which gives the relative velocity of point B. So this will give us the relative velocity of point B, that is this part. To the scale value, we have to represent with the scale value, whatever scale we have been taken over here. So this is the concept of relative velocity of a point in a link. So let's see the velocity in a slider crank mechanism. So before we proceed to the velocity of slider crank mechanism, what we are going to do is, we have to draw two diagram for understanding this velocity diagram. This is the original diagram. Okay, so based on this we can also call this as a space diagram, and by using this we will be drawing the second diagram. This is the second diagram which we called it as a velocity diagram. So here we have to follow the steps which we have followed in the previous slide, like this way. We will see in detail in the next part of the video. Thank you.